Hello guys, DJParson here, and I'm back with the next video, which is going to be about the game number 6 of the International Championship. And right now it's looking very close in the Grandmasters League. Most of the other leagues already finished. We are the slowest ones, besides Bronze 12. But yeah, these are the standings right now. I'm on position 4 with 12 points. Slick also 12 points. Dr. Nate 11 points, super close. I mean, there's gonna be probably a big fight around the position number 6. That position 6, of course, gets relegated into Masters League. So everyone trying to get as many points to stay away from that. Invalid Name is gonna have a hard time. I mean, he only has 4 games finished, so he still has potential if he wins a lot now. So don't count him out completely, but it's definitely looking grim for him. Protest, 4 games completed, so on average he's similar to me, Slick, and Dr. Nate, I would say. We all are really close. So these next 2 games are going to be deciding. Fizzy has a very good position to just win the league, but don't count out Silent X. He only has 5 games completed, Fizzy has 6, so there's a lot of interesting stuff coming down in the next 2 games. And yeah, this game is going to be number 6. See you guys in the match. Invalid Name has the first turn, Slick is number 2, and we are number 3. What did Red take? The Roman roads. For him, Slick takes Hippocrates, and the last player is Frotes. But first we have to decide what we want. So we can pick one of these leaders from the first row, and then the Frugality, which is not perfect. Slick took Hippocrates and Frugality. We could go for Alexander and the Frugality. Alternatively, we take the Engineering Genius. Let's first take a look at what is in the deck. We have Pierre, we have Bill Gates, Churchill, Marlene and Bach, and Joan of Arc. That is a nice combo. International Red Cross, but no Manhattan Project, Internet, Ocean Liner, but no Suez Canal, also no Cook. What do we have else? We have St. Peter's Basilica. I would love to go for Joan of Arc. With the St. Peter's Basilica, go for Bach and then Marlene. That would be quite nice. Zizka is here as well. Sun Tzu, Saladin, and Nostradamus. A lot of good H1 leaders. These 4 are really good in my opinion. Nostradamus, Joan of Arc, Saladin, and Zizka. And Leonardo is also pretty strong. So good choices there. Could just go with the Engineering Genius. They might be coming Library or Colosseum as good wonders. On the other hand, go for Alex and Frugality. I guess, yeah. I think I like this more. The leaders will be tricky if you don't grab Alex. You might not get a good one. And then the extra Frugality. And the rest of the leaders aren't that good either. If we don't take Alex, we... yeah, Sun Tzu is pretty good, but he's the only one really. I mean, Aristotle will probably be gone. I mean, these guys also still, or Invalid Name at least, still needs a leader, so he probably takes Aristotle if he likes him. So he might be stuck with Sun Tzu. And I guess Frotus on his turn probably grabs Engineering Genius and maybe Moses, but I don't know. He could also take Aristotle and Cultural Heritage. Then Red gets an Engineering Genius for 1, which is really good for him. So I could still think about the Engineering Genius. The problem is we don't have a wonder for that, but those probably will be coming out. I think I take the Engineering Genius. Not the biggest fan of Alex. Sun Tzu definitely could come into our hand. He's pretty far behind. So going with Engineering Genius here. And he takes Urban Growth and Alex. Red will... Let's see. Will he grab a leader? Yes, he goes for a Shoka. Shoka in first place, no extra cards in hand. I don't know. And we see an early Zhishka and library taken. That's a really early Zhishka, but he stays on 3. So I don't think I can really go for him. One problem is we have the Engineering Genius, but no wonder. We might just go for the Great Wall immediately. I mean, we could go with Zhishka. If we go for Sun Tzu this turn, we can't. We could just grab Zhishka and build that mine. Nothing else really good to do. I mean, yeah, we could go for Aristotle, play him, do the standard stuff. But I don't know if I like Aristotle that much. And Sun Tzu, I don't want to take him if someone else gets Zhishka really. So maybe just grabbing Zhishka here. But still going for that mine. We could even elect Zhishka, then we have 4 resources next turn. Could even go for Colossus. I mean, we keep a free population with that play. Like this, we don't have one for the coming events. And we draw extra card. I think I like the extra card. And having that free population costs 1 resource, not the worst. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. See what the first card draw will be. Raiders and Call to Arms and the Legion. That is nice. We can just play that next turn. Go for Raiders and Call to Arms. There's Nostradamus, so it's not guaranteed that we're not going to be part of Raiders or Call to Arms. But it's relatively likely. Frotus elects Alex. Goes for Lab first. And increases population. Red will build on his Roman roads a little bit. Grabs Patriotism. And Slick builds Lab first and takes Drama for 2. Interesting. So I don't want to skip politics here. I want to play Raiders or Call to Arms. I'm gonna go with the Raiders first. Development of Civil Life. We can use that to... Yeah, I guess we can build that lab now. Build that lab first. We could also go... We could go with Universitas this turn maybe. That would be quite nice. And then maybe we go for the mine. Then go for the Universitas. And maybe just build 1 stage. 1 extra resource and we can finish that next turn. And it's relatively likely to get 1 extra resource. And then I don't really need the second philosophy. I'd rather go for the second mine first. Because we get all of our science needs from the Universitas. And then play the tactic, makes us the strongest, starts giving us 1 culture. So definitely play that. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Very, very early Universitas, making up for not getting a good HA wonder. Good HA leader is good H1 leader as well, so we have that going for us. And already with the tactic is also pretty nice. We draw Knowledge of the Ancients, not that good for us because we don't have an HA wonder, but Call to Arms is still pretty nice. And Frotus grabs the Great Wall, Richland and Cultural Heritage. Great Wall, first wonder. Okay, invalid name, Development of Science is revealed. He takes Code of Laws, can't go for this turn at least. Reveals the tactic, has the Knights. Slick will get a pact with Frotes, the open borders, pretty good for both of them, and can go for an early iron. And let's see what we can do in our turn. Probably playing the Call to Arms. Yeah, Call to Arms seem good. Development of Politics, drawing more cards, could go for border conflict or something. Sadly we didn't get a single resource. That would have been pretty important to finish the Universitas this turn, but yes, sadly not possible. Could go with Bread and Circus, there is Pierre after all. Would also like the Monarchy maybe, but I think this will leave us with Corruption. So how can we get out of Corruption? Increasing population and building 1 stage is not enough. We might still go for 1 lab. If we do this, then we do get out of Corruption. Then again, we need 1 resource to finish the Universitas, but then we will have 4 science production, which is nice. So do I grab this Britain Circus or the Monarchy? In 4th place, Monarchy is not that highly contested, and the other one shows up as well, so I could take the Britain Circus. And I don't really need the Warfare. I could go with Masonry. Yeah, not too happy with this turn. If we had 1 extra resource from some event, that would have been quite good to finish the Universitas. But to get out of corruption, I only really see this way. And we can't even go for Monarchy next turn, so I don't think I want to grab that for 2. I want to grab the Britain Circus. And we will have a lot of science production, so maybe the Masonry can work here. We can then finish Universitas, the last 2 stages in 1 civil action. And we still, maybe we can go for Silk Road or something. There the Masonry will also help. We do have some science from the Universitas, so taking Masonry can be quite nice. Don't really need the Warfare, because we have Zizka for the 3rd military action. So I think Masonry maybe is fine. Maybe we can go for that, build some cheap Britain Circuses. And maybe even go for Alchemy. Probably not Alchemy. We have 4 science production then already. Could use the Masonry to go for Bach or something. We could also go for... Could change this and go for 1 religion instead of the lab, and then try to go for Joan of Arc. That she hasn't shown. Oh, we have Zizka. Can't go for Joan of Arc if we have Zizka already. So forget about this. Yeah, then the Britain Circus makes a lot more sense, and the Masonry as well. It seems okay. Barbarians, Knowledge of the Ancients can go, and Pestilence. Don't want that one either. Let's see what we draw. And it's gonna be Inhabited Territory, a useless tactic, and Scientific Breakthrough. That could be very nice. We will have a lot of science production, so we can definitely play that one. Alchemy, Leonardo for Frotes. Interesting that he doesn't elect Leonardo. Didn't have enough civil actions probably. Red will get a rejected pact. Blue doesn't want to be part of the naval trade agreement. Red can go for the Code of Laws. And grabs the St. Pete's. Still 2 monarchies available, so we can get one of those. So that is probably good. Development of Warfare. We're going to see if we can use that. Goes for Nostradamus for 3. I mean, Nostradamus is really strong in 4 players, so I don't disagree with that. Nobody wants these monarchies. And we could play the Scientific Breakthrough. Yeah, Scientific Breakthrough doesn't seem bad. We don't know yet if we're going to be the strongest or not. So I don't think I want to play the Border Conflict. But Scientific Breakthrough should be pretty good with the Universitas. Development of Settlement. You can build a warrior for free, get 1 more population out. Looks like we don't have enough resources for the Universitas because we, again, didn't get any resources. It's pretty crazy. We didn't get any of the resource developments. Usually get a lot, like crafts has resources, markets, and the trade routes. But none of them showed up. So we can't finish the Universitas this turn. So we also can't use the Masonry with that. And that is a little bit problematic. Don't like that. I guess to get rid of corruption we have to build 1 stage of the Universitas. Then we can't even use the Masonry at all. Is there any other way? Not really. I mean, we could think about building another farm instead, and then next turn we can finish the Universitas. I don't hate that. With Zizka especially, we just need 1 more warrior. We fill the tactic again. Of course, we could also go for knights, but I'm happy with this right now. And then maybe the monarchy for next turn, even though next turn we probably want the masonry. But I still think monarchy is pretty good for us. So I could take monarchy and the frugality. And the next time we finish the Universitas with the Masonry. After that, go for the Monarchy, because we have a lot of science production then. We are the strongest now, and not the weakest for the Raiders and Call to Arms. They're not perfect. We wanted to finish the Universitas with the Masonry this turn, but yeah, the development's not playing in our favor, but it's still okay, I guess. Yeah, we skip the knights. Those are the last 2 knights, but we might even be getting the last one. Proteus might take the first one, but here is the Great Wall, so maybe we'd rather go for the Swordsman, and then maybe we can get the last knights if we want them. With that free warrior that we got from the development of development of warfare, it doesn't really make sense to go for the heavy cavalry. The only other option really is to go for the phalanx. But then we would have to spend 2 civil actions on taking the knights. I don't like that. Let's go for this. Can get rid of the tactic then, and the aggression also seems pretty unlikely. Guess I could also get rid of the barbarians. We have the most culture by far, so yeah. Maybe keep the aggression for now. Let's see what we can draw. An even better tactic. We can go for the fighting band maybe, and gives more culture from Zizka. So yeah, that could be a better tactic for us. And Leonardo plus Swordsman, Proteus plus the Legion goes up to 6 strength, and has the Great Wall under construction. That will be even more strength for him. Development of agriculture, some extra food. Copying the Legion is invalid name. Can we finish? No, we can't finish the St. Pete's in this turn. And Slick will... Oh, call to arms. We are the weakest, so let's see what we draw. Yeah. Not perfect that we lost the call to arms, but yeah, these guys going for a lot of strength. Probably want to play no politics here. Go for the monarchy and just finish the Universitas. At least we still get an okay turn, even with missing 2 civil actions here. Sadly, we don't get knights. 1 was discarded, so I guess we could go for the fighting band, giving us 1 more culture production. Next to maybe brand circuses. I can't go for the masonry now. I definitely want to. Yeah, I definitely prefer the monarchy over the masonry. So this is fine. Then we can get rid of the strength events. It looks like we're not the strongest. So raiders will also hurt a little bit, but maybe we can get rid of some food. More territories and immigration, that could be nice when we go for the Brand Circus. Brand Circus and Breakthrough. And goes to another alchemy. Goes up to 7 strength as well. Red will finish St. Pete's, go for Gutenberg. Can grab that alchemy for free and develop it. Okay. He actually did that the wrong order, I think. Can check that. Blue will open the Dark Ages. We only lose 1. Proteus himself loses 4. Or not himself, but Slick himself loses 2 and Red loses 0. So quite expensive Dark Ages. Luckily not that costly for us. Growth. We are the weakest now. We have to be a little bit careful. I mean, we have enough military actions to defend, so I guess that's fine. Don't have knights, go for other tactics. But yeah, we could go with the immigration, go for brand circuses. Raiders would be a little bit bad. I guess raiders wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, I think I want to put the immigration in. How are the happy faces looking? Happy faces are not looking too bad. An invalid? No, who took... someone took brand circuses. Proteus did. Yeah, I mean, he could go for a brand circus and the Great Wall, but I still think immigration should be quite nice for us. Scientific Breakthrough for science, so first the Dark Ages, then the Scientific Breakthrough. Can go for brand circuses and the Masonry even. Go for one of them. And then, I mean, we have Corruption. We could not use the Frugality. Then go for Brand Circus and the Masonry. And I definitely want the iron. Maybe grab the iron here, can go for that next turn. And then still next time we can use the frugality to get more population out. Yeah, that's not looking too bad, going up to 5 strength. We might be losing the raiders, or probably will be losing the raiders. Or maybe even definitely gonna be losing the raiders, but that's not great. Also, we can't lose the food because we need that. So that would be nice to go for the frugality. Could go with iron this turn instead. For iron first, we don't really need the Brand Circus yet. I mean, there could be rebellion theoretically. But I don't know who would have played that. Everyone has some unhappy workers. Rebellion would be quite bad. But this is a lot nicer. Can go for masonry then. Yeah, rebellion would be quite bad, especially if the next age starts before the rebellion comes out. Then we lose 4 civil actions, but I guess I'm willing to take that risk. These are either from red or green. No, red or blue, right? Yeah, red or blue. Blue definitely would have played that. And red. Red maybe, yeah, he has St. Pete's. But he also could have played the Dark Ages, so maybe that was his card. Slick did lose quite a lot from that. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume the Dark Ages was played by red. Then there still could be rebellion, because he has St. Pete's. I'm gonna take the risk here. Don't really think territories are the way to go for us. So I'm gonna discard them. It's nice that we have the reds, so we don't have to worry about our food getting destroyed. We have the new deposits, which could be nice because we got the iron. But a lot of food now, so we can lose 2 food to the raiders maybe. And maybe not, with 2 extra food we get more population out. But I guess not if the age ends, so we're gonna see. Green will open the cultural influence, we have the most. Green doesn't get anything himself. We'll go with Grand Circus to get stronger than blue. And red will open, oh no, will offer us a pact, the Naval Trade Agreement. I mean, what side do we get? We would get 2 more blue tokens. He gets 1 more colonization. Yeah, I think we could definitely use some more extra blue tokens. Yeah, especially we might have corruption. The age will most likely end, almost guaranteed that it will end. And then we can't increase population 2 times, only once. So we will have still a lot of food just lying around, so I think that 2 extra blue cubes could be very helpful to avoid corruption in that turn. Red will take frugality. Irrigation goes to that, builds another warrior. That's a lot of warriors, I'm not sure what that's all about. 3rd iron for Slick, Code of Laws, Swordsman, and the age ends right here. So we have a lot of food. Raiders would hit us, so maybe I don't want to trigger that right now. Maybe put in new deposits, that could be nice. We will be upgrading soon. Probably not now. But I think I want to advance there, get the immigration. Probably go for Brand Circus this turn. I mean, you could also be afraid of rebellion. Could also skip politics with the raiders in there. We could then just go for 1 Brand Circus, maybe 1 warrior. That puts us at 7, which is not bad. We would be part of the immigration now, so that's nice. Then we can take something. We can increase population once. Can increase population again next turn. And then we could take the urban growth. We need another Brand Circus soon. Get the urban growth for that. And then maybe next turn also upgrade another bronze to iron. And this feels okay. We still get a lot of culture from Zhishka. We have 3 warriors, that's not too much really. Maybe we can go for phalanx or something. And we have the nice science production. I think we have to try to use that. And we also have the iron already. We want to upgrade that as soon as possible. I think I have to increase... I mean, I don't have to increase population. We have the reds, so I could just take growth and... Yeah, the question is what else do I do? Nothing really that I can do. Problem would be we would be losing civilizations to the rebellion. But there's really nothing else to do. I want the urban growth. Don't really want the drama. I mean, yes, there's Malena. And there's Bach. Maybe could take the drama instead. I mean, we already have the happy faces from the bread and circus. And then Pierre, but we could still go with Bach, maybe. Put that bread and circus into drama. I guess I don't want to risk the rebellion. Yeah, maybe go for this. We can still copy a tactic. Oh, we can copy a tactic. That will be good then. I mean, yeah, costs us 1 military action, but like this, we are not... Oh, we're still one of the 2 weakest for the raiders. And because blue is Nostradamus, so he's not the weakest, then I don't think it's worth it. We lose 1 culture production and 2 military actions, so I don't think that's worth it then. Get rid of the reds, the aggression, the strategy, or the strategic territory. Keep the new deposits, the other tactic. Yeah, this seems about right. And then see what we draw. It's a tactic, that's good. If you get riflemen and the cannons, so that's definitely nice to get, especially early with Zizka. That can be some extra strength because the farms can count as cannons as well. And green will open the wealthy territory immediately. So what can we bid for that? We are in the old tough spot that is exactly the worst turn for us to bid, because after green's turn there's going to be 2 more turns, but they are not too strong, so we probably can bid a little bit for this. The problem is, I mean, we have a lot of population. That is not the problem. We could yeah, easily 3. Could think about 5, then we got down to 4, but with enough military actions we can still defend against aggressions. At least 1. I don't think Red will play an aggression if he knows he's gonna fail. So 5 for the wealthy territory, 6 extra resource could give us the bronze into iron upgrades. Maybe, I mean, we have some resource, maybe 5 is too much. Maybe 2 population is not worth for the wealthy territory when we already have iron. I don't know if I will get it for 5. I won't be getting it for 3, I'm pretty sure. Red will at least bid 2 warriors, and he has 1 colonization. Let's make this competitive maybe. Let's go for 5 and throw this winter for 5, so at least we made it pretty expensive for him. And the colony is won by Frotes, who sends 2 swordsmen and 3 cards for that. Goes for Republic immediately, that's really good for him. Spends a lot of his resource on rebuilding those swordsmen. Has the Great Wall next turn. The raiders, we are part of that, sadly, so we have to lose something. Red will go and upgrade food production and science production, takes team sports. I mean, I don't know with the same pizza already, but that's what he wants to do. Slake will go with 2 dramas. That gives him a lot of culture production. He didn't go for politics as Nostradamus. That's very rare to see. So I could play the new deposits. We are one of the 2 weakest, but not the weakest. We still would be part of the immigration, and that would be nice if we can get that before Red goes for the team sports. So that would be nice to get out, and I think I'm going to play the new deposits as well. And pestilence, that's not the immigration. We'll probably lose 2 food here. We could destroy a farm. Don't really need them. We will be getting cannons and riflemen if we want both. So like this, I mean like this. Could also destroy one of these warriors. They don't have the most value. Go for rifleman and cannon. Upgrade the iron. I'm not really afraid of green. One of these cards is very good for us, so I'm not too afraid of the event stack. Getting riflemen and cannons is pretty good. Then we can just go for the defensive army. Then we don't really need the extra warrior. And we can keep our food production up a little bit. So in 2 turns we get another population. And then we just increase pop. Nothing else I really need to take here. That could be red, so increasing population feels pretty good. So I think it's gonna be this. Yeah, feels pretty okay. Could go for this right now to get 1 extra strength, but I think I want to wait with that a little bit. Maybe we can go for 1 cannon extra and then play that. Or something like that. As I said, I'm not too afraid of what's coming here. A lot of them were from blue and then green. I mean, yeah, green could have played something that is strength reliant, but I can't really do anything here. I could destroy a mine, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to destroy the philosophy. And if I don't destroy that, like if I do destroy the farm, I could just I can't quite rebuild that. If I could, then maybe that could be worth it. Like this, we can go for 10 strength as well, going for the defensive army. It's gonna be really, really good for Frotes as well if he gets cannons. But I don't want to destroy my mine. I could just rebuild the warrior. Don't upgrade yet. But I don't really need that extra warrior, so really no point in doing that. Grab the riflemen and the cannons, upgrade the iron. Feels pretty okay. Could play the tech, don't want to quite yet. Want to wait a little bit longer. We can defend, etc. So yeah, go with that. And we do draw Iconoclasm, Independence Declaration, and the Raid. Not the best cards. Independence Declaration could be nice. There's 1 territory in yet, and we don't have 1, so that could be a nice, nice thing to plant. And Rebellion is opened. We don't have a discontent worker, but yeah, red has one, so it was worth it to wait a little bit with revealing that. At least something that's not going perfect for red. Oh, and Frotes will go for the coal. It's a pretty good coal for him. Knowledge of the Ancients doesn't give us that much science, sadly. Bullet name will go for Conmon and Darwin. Still has a lot of warriors only. Select will probably open something as well. Yes, Immigration. Frotes wins that one. Selective breeding for 3 for blue. Interesting. So I could play something, but I don't have to. New deposits is in the next deck. I mean, with that, it could even be worth to go for the railroad if you can get that out. Until then, could be pretty nice. I could even have the masonry, so maybe railroad is really, really good. Same goes for the wave. Just have to be a little bit careful of an aggression from green. But with my defend cards, maybe I build a cannon. I could also just go for the rifleman. And then upgrading those. Means I can't go for the railroad next turn. I still want that? I think I still want that. I think if I don't take it, Frotes would be happy to take it. And it's still good for us. Maybe we still get it out before the new deposits. A little bit unlikely. Do we need this second upgrade? Like this, we're still the weakest. So it could be nice to finally not be the weakest. I could also go for a cannon. Play the tactic up to 12. And maybe grab the efficient upgrade. Then we can upgrade this for free. I think I like this better. We can reveal the tactic. We have the rifleman for that already, so we don't contest anyone for that. Yeah, I think this is looking okay. Next time we get another population. Maybe go for Bread and Circus with the urban growth. And then there's railroad for the long-term resource spending plan. So overall, not looking too bad. Get rid of the aggression, maybe, and Independence Declaration could still be, yeah, it could still be nice. We could play that. Maybe Iconoclasm. I don't know which leader I'm getting yet. So maybe still Unrest. Yeah, let's go with that then. Keep those defend cards for the colonies that might be coming, and then tactic, but we don't need that, and historic territory, not that good. Border conflict, red, the weakest. Sadly, I'm not the strongest, missing 1 strength for that. Can go for rifleman. Green is looking really strong. Even takes the Eiffel Tower. Has Republican strategy, has coal going. Has a lot of signs from Leonardo, etc. The Reign of Terror invalid name is getting hit hard here. Having to destroy something and population lost. He can also go for coal. Maybe that can be the saving grace for him. Another warrior. He doesn't want to be the weakest any longer, but 6 warriors, pretty inefficient. Blue will go for food production. Can upgrade this as well. So he's no longer the weakest. I'm also not the weakest, so I could play something here. Could go for one of the territories. Could go for independence declaration. Yeah, then I think the independence declaration is better than the territory and better than iconoclasm. I might take a new leader this turn. I could go for Catherine. But we're gonna see. I mean, we can also first skip the politics. I'm gonna upgrade this. What else are we doing? We could just go for one more of these, build that for free. New deposits still, I mean, new deposits could be good for us, but even with that we can't finish the railroad this turn, so maybe I guess I wanna play something. Let's see what we get. Play the independence declaration, and it's gonna be barbarians. Blue, he's one of the 2 weakest, so he loses the population. Pretty bad for him. Can I upgrade that iron? What we're missing most is food, but I don't think I need to take the selective breedings for 3. Green will probably take one of those for 3, and then I don't think red will do the last, I hope, at least. I mean, I don't think I can spend 3 civil actions on that. I think this is pretty solid. And then maybe taking Catherine. She's probably not the best. Nobel would probably be the best for us. But yeah, we have to decide now, I think, and Catherine still has a lot of value. Don't want to play her yet. Zizka's still giving us nice things. Could go with the just developing riflemen. I need them at some point anyway, so why not do that now? There's also an argument to be made for justice system. Could go for that. Catherine, and then I could just build 2 stages of the railroad. Finish that next turn. Get that extra civil action. Has a lot of value. We will be staying with monarchy. We don't have the science to go for Conmon, and that is pretty inefficient anyway. So yeah, finding a nice way to spend our science. I don't need riflemen next turn. I spend my resource on the railroad. Get a lot of strength from that. So I think this is even looking better. Getting that civil service going will be very beneficial in the long run. I could be afraid of reds, but they are out already. That's good. I'm not afraid of anything here, basically. Good harvest, new deposits. Yeah, one more card here is left. A lot of H1 events have been revealed. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I think this is looking solid. Finish that next turn. Maybe hope that new deposits comes out later, but yeah, pretty unlikely, I would guess. But also not the biggest difference if we get 2 extra resources from new deposits or not. The big part is that we do get a lot of resources, and yeah, have a nice way to spend them on the railroad. Maybe on the riflemen, maybe on the selective breeding. I guess red could take that one away, but even then I think I'm fine. I have some population. I could destroy these philosophies at some point, and H2 is almost... oh, it's near to being over. Could even just get the railroad, the ocean liner, if we don't get the selective breeding still. Or just go straight for mechanized agriculture. I think I have something better to do this turn than go for the selective breeding. Can get rid of the tactic. Definitely don't need that. The rest is looking fine, so do that. See what we can draw. But I mean, I don't need a tactic. International trade agreement can be very good. Get some extra food from that. So that's good. That is a very good draw. New deposits gets opened. A lot of resource for everyone. And Newton for Throtes with selective breeding. Gets a lot of good production. A lot of food, a lot of resources, a lot of science. King of the Eiffel Tower next turn, then he gets culture production as well. There's the promise of military protection, so Red is gonna get extra strength. Can go for cavalryman, breakthrough. Don't know what cavalrymen are gonna do for him. He needs to upgrade his warriors, most of all. Blue will increase population, go for another knight, scientific method, with those, and has the classic army. So right now I am the weakest, which I don't like. I don't want to play something, I think. Might go for a rifleman, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go for a railroad this turn. After that I'm stronger. I think I'm gonna use this civil action, or this politics action rather, to go for the international trade agreement. Probably want some of food. And blue needs resource production, so he should accept this if we give him the resources and we take food. Should be what he accepts. And he accepts the pact. Very nice. Now we can see what we want to do. Probably finish the railroad. That is the first step. Get more resource production. Still have a lot of resources left. The one thing missing most is maybe science. Can't go for journalism this turn though. Also food is still missing a little bit, even after getting that one extra. I have to research drama if I don't want to lose that, so I think I'm gonna do that. Of course I'm also gonna play Catherine. Shishka will be gone. Which puts me at 14 strength, so again I'm the weakest. I don't think there's anything I can really do against that. I could go for the Ocean Liner or the selective breeding. Ocean Liner could finish that next turn. With the masonry, I will have a lot of population. There is International Red Cross. So I could also go for the selective breeding. That costs some science, and science I'm definitely missing. I think the Ocean Liner has a lot of strong arguments for itself, because I don't have to spend the 5 science on the selective breeding. Can go for the drama, don't lose that. And can still go for rifleman next turn if I need to get some strength up. But yeah, next turn is going to be Ocean Liner. Maybe go for rifleman with the wave. Losing the urban growth is not too bad, I think. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Then have the railroad and the Ocean Liner, 2 very strong wonders in my opinion. Get all the population that I want, get all the resources. Maybe even go for an early coal, or early oil rather. Go for the oil then with the railroad. So a lot of good options. I'm not too far behind in culture. I'm actually, yeah, right in around where the other guys are as well. And I have an okay leader, I have okay civil actions. That is something I could still improve. But it's definitely okay. And then if we get more science production up, maybe go for multimedia or something. Maybe computers if we get the right leader like Bill Gates or Einstein. Then I could go for more science production as well. And get rid of these cards. I guess we're gonna lose them before next turn anyway. Yeah, get rid of those. And then see what we draw for new cards. Okay, 2 tactics. I could go for the fortifications and then don't have to go for riflemen. That could be nice. Can definitely think about that. And there's a vast territory opened by green. I guess it's gonna be hard to bid for this one, because it's right after our turn. Even if I only send a warrior, I go down to 10 strength. And it would be pretty nice to get this. To get rid of the warriors, go for the fortifications. But yeah, I can't go for it, especially with the vast territory. These guys are gonna bid quite highly for that. So I'm not gonna get it for 3 or even 4. And then I got on to 9 strength. There could be 2 aggressions from red and from blue. So I think I just pass this. Anyway, red wins it for 5+, so I wouldn't have won it anyway. And red wins that territory for 2 warriors and 2 cards. At least he had to send 2 warriors. So I guess that's fine. Green goes up to 23 strength, patriotism, engineering genius, and 27 strength. Oh man, Protoss here in last position, making us other guys, yeah, starting to be afraid. Red goes for cannon, goes for 2 of them, I guess. Yeah, 2 cannons and air forces. Copies the tactic, outdated, so he's searching for the modern infantry. Blue will not play politics, will go for military theory, very good for him. So all of these guys are getting their strength up. Grabs Nobel, can't play him this turn. Sailor can't use Catherine. I don't know if I want to do anything else, so skip politics. I really want that ocean liner service. And with that wave of nationalism I can still get my strength up. I probably can't get it up enough to defend against green. But we can see we can increase population 2 times, once normally. Build another bread and circus, and with a wave can build a cannon. And 1 rifleman. I mean, I still think I want riflemen as well. I could just go for the fortifications. But this is pretty nice. Also, with that 1 defend card, I have 7 to defend. So I can defend against green. I'm the weakest, sadly, so yeah, upgrading 1 more would be nice. But I think this has to be it. And it's not bad. I mean, I could play this to get stronger. But that costs 1 military action. And I think I'm gonna go for defensive army in the long run anyway, or one of the good H3 tactics. But with those 2 warriors that I have, I don't think I want to just go for fortifications. I mean, I could save the science of the rifleman. I don't have that much science, so I could just go for this. Also puts me at 20. Yeah, maybe I like that more. I have enough population with the ocean liner that I can just put them into the cannons, maybe destroy these warriors at some point, and then I save the science for the rifleman. Maybe grab cavalrymen to potentially go for the mechanized army. That is a pretty good run. Don't have that much culture production. Everything's still pretty close, so that's not too much to worry about. I have the ocean liner now, and that's going strong. I have the best resource production. The only thing I'm lacking is a little bit of science. Selections are also looking fine. So I think overall, with being able to defend myself, sadly not being the strongest or one of the 2 strongest. So I could also... I don't want to go for the rifleman. I think I need my science. So this wastes 1 resource from the wave, but it's still good. Most important part is being able to defend myself. And yeah, then end the turn. Don't need this tactic. Don't really need the territory either. Confirm that. See what we draw. Maybe, I mean, if we draw a tactic with riflemen, we can go for that. We draw a war. That could be nice. And we can still go for a lot of the nice tactics, like positional army, mechanized army, and entrenchments. Those are the best for us, and that's 4 tactics out of the 7 that are very good for us. And modern army could also work. We have enough population, so modern army could work with the riflemen and the cavalrymen. And a war from green against red, war of a territory. Finishes. We have the tower, can increase population. Yeah, goes up to 36 strength. Pretty good. Red will respond by playing something, and it's vast territory. That could be nice. Red and green probably won't bid that much, green especially. And red probably also not. The problem is blue. If I spend too much on this, if I send away, like, I guess I can't even send away 1 cannon. I will be too weak to defend myself, so I can only... I mean, I can bid 4. Then I have 18, then I can defend. Yeah, that's the maximum I can really afford. I can't get an aggression from blue, who will be having his turn in front of mine. So yeah, go for 4. Not enough, blue wins it, just because he has a better position. I mean, maybe even could have had more. We didn't have that many colonization cards. But yeah, mainly because he had the right position. And yeah, blue wins the colony. Red will go with one team sports, military build-up, frugality. Doesn't get any more strength for the war. Blue will increase population quite often. Rebuilds some military, 25 strength for him, goes for Nobel, and he wants to go for oil, probably next turn. So I'm not the weakest. I could play something here. I could go for the Impet of Wonders. That's looking pretty good. And the rest, I mean, I think Impet of Wonders should be very good. We might get one more Wonder, and we're already the best in this one. Not being the weakest. I mean, we have no idea what's coming, but play that. And we get Polarization of Science. That's pretty good for blue. And we are the worst in it, but not the big difference between me and green and red. But blue just got a little bit extra culture. So I guess I have to be careful because of possibility of wars. What am I hoping for? Probably I'm hoping for Pierre in Bill Gates. Doesn't really work. So I'm hoping for leader. I mean, Churchill could be okay as well. I don't know yet where exactly we're going to take this game. But I definitely think military is needed right now. I could just go for riflemen. Upgrade those. But I don't know yet if I need them. I mean, like this, I could go for defensive army, but defensive army is a lot worse than fortifications, a lot less efficient. I might draw one tactic that I need. I just think I want cannons still. If I go for 4 cannons, that should be very good. I don't have the population. I could destroy a warrior and build that into the cannon. I mean, theoretically, I could also destroy one farm. I mean, the 4 food can be nice to not have starvation. I could next turn get more population up, but then it's also gonna soon be not enough anymore. So maybe I should just keep the food to have no corruption, or to have no starvation rather. Go for 2 cannons, making me go up to 31, so I can defend. That's pretty good. I can grab the revolutionary idea. And might be democracy time. I could also go for pro sports. I definitely think the revolutionary idea. I could also, I mean, democracy is pretty nice. Nice upgrade from the monarchy. Can't really go for wars with that. We would still need the military theory. There's only one left. So I don't know if democracy is too much. Could go for pro sports. Could also just go for engineering genius. I mean, maybe both. I'm not sure about democracy. Green can go for democracy, but he already has republic, so I don't know if he will do that. Red and blue. I mean, blue definitely would love the democracy, but he won't be able to get it, I think. So then, for the revolutionary idea. I don't need mechanized agriculture, I think. I mean, there's Red Cross, so it could be nice, but it's also pretty expensive to go for that. So, yeah, hard decision. Either the engineering genius can be very nice for spaceflight. Empire State could work, but the rest, I mean, Hollywood, probably not, so spaceflight is basically the only one. And democracy is a nice upgrade. I should grab that one. We already have brand circuses, so I don't know if pro sports is the way to go. Really depends on when Pierre comes out. Then I could also go for the internet, but that will be gone. So I guess democracy. I mean, I don't need much more stuff for science. I can just build more cannons if I need to. Maybe get cavalrymen or riflemen, depending on what tactic I draw. But the democracy can be very nice. Especially can go for the next turn with the revolutionary idea. Get more culture production up, get more civil actions. It's still early, so that will be resulting in a lot of culture for us. I think this has to be it. I would really love to have gotten the oil, but blue took that one away. Maybe just to take it away from me. Going for that upgrade would have been pretty good. But yeah, let's go for that. I still have different options to end this game. I can go for the war, I can try it with culture production, especially with Pierre. Don't think iconoclasm will be good. I can also get rid of international agreement. Yeah, and then see what we draw. Architecture? Oh, architecture, that would mean... This is bad for red. Architecture would mean pro spots can be very good. And this tactic is also pretty good, so I'm glad I didn't go for rifleman, can go for cavalryman. And then yeah, if I either get the military theory, or maybe even fundamentalism, I can plan to go for wars with the cavalryman, go for the army. Yeah, I have different options. And a war from green against red, the war of technology. We'll go with swordsman, cannon, 52 strength, mechanized agriculture. Yeah, with that great wall. That is pretty nice for him. Red opens refugees. That doesn't help him with this war. Loses one population, loses a warrior, can rebuild. Okay, can go for cavalryman. Go for the tactic, so he can defend a little bit. He's still gonna lose all of his science and all of his blue technologies. Freedom of movement. Fundamentalism. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be some kind of a war game. Another tactic, 45 strength for him, so we can't use Catherine this turn really. There's Pierre. Pierre showing up at a good moment, maybe. Means I can't even just go for Catherine. I think I will be replacing her, so I can just use this. I don't get a yellow. Bully the player with the lower strength. Loses a yellow token, but we don't get one extra. So the game is kind of telling us that we bully the player with the lowest strength and don't get anything for ourselves. So it tells that we should definitely be thinking about this one, but we can always take it back. I don't think I need these warriors anymore. I could just put the warrior onto the cannon. Warrior to cannon. Could go with the democracy. Maybe destroy another warrior and build another cannon. Go up to 40 strength. Then maybe go for Pierre. We go to 8 culture production. Maybe grab the patriotism. I can still get that one free population. Sadly, I can't build another Grand Circus this turn, but next turn. The democracy is pretty nice. You can go for 2 Grand Circuses next turn. I think I like that. And well, we could grab the tanks. There's different ways we could play this, but I think getting up strength is a pretty good idea. Alternatively, we could even go for oil. But if I want the cannon, I think with getting the cannon from the warrior, that makes a lot of sense to go for 2 cannons. Go up to 40 strength, so there won't be an aggression from blue. And maybe Protest doesn't go for it. It's not that likely that we can defend, but yeah, we just would need 2 defend cards. He doesn't know if we have that. Then I like the democracy. I like Pierre as well, get the free population. I mean, I would love to get oil with the railroad, but can't. I don't think I can allow that this turn. Its strength was a little bit too early. Protoss went to 4 strength a little bit too early. It's really threatening all of us. Patriotism definitely, and I think tanks. I mean, I'm probably gonna go for cavalrymen and not the tanks because I don't have the science. But that's pretty nice, right? I can, with the patriotism, I can go for 2 cavalrymen, have the new tactic. Yeah. Now we can think a bit longer, but we can also use put the warrior onto the Grand Circus maybe. I mean, then have it 31 strength. There could be 2 aggressions, which I can't defend. That's too risky. Yeah, let's do it the other way. Put him onto the cannon. Go for Pierre. Destroy warrior. Build a cannon. Patriotism definitely, and then the tanks. Oh no, I forgot the democracy. I want the democracy. Yeah. And then patriotism and tanks. Go up to 8 culture production. Next turn we probably build 2 grand circuses, so that's 4 more culture production. We have good strength. Not ideal that we can't defend against blue, against protests right now, but we might draw the necessary cards. And there can't really be a war. We can, with the patriotism, go for 2 cavalrymen. Could even go for... I said we can't go for 3 cavalrymen. But there we have the tactics, so 2 cavalrymen is enough, hopefully. So yeah, do this. Overall, it could be hard to come in front of... I mean, it's Red is probably out of this game. After losing that war, losing his architecture and everything else. I mean, he still has nice resource production, nice resource in hand, has the first air force. But he's so behind in strength that I guess there won't be too many chances for him to come back. Get rid of iconoclasm and crime wave. Maybe the... I mean, I want to keep the war. If we get military theory, you can still go for that. I guess Emperor of Architecture doesn't really work. Usually it can work, but we mostly will be going for Brand Circuses, so don't need that. Hope for 2 defend cards. I mean, all good impacts. We don't even know if Frodo's is gonna risk it. This tactic is useless. Emperor of Variety could be okay. And the war outcome, he can, well, only steal the Code of Laws. No signs left for red. Oh no, 7 signs are stolen. I got that wrong. 7 signs and the Code of Laws. And arms industry is opened. We get 2 extra resources. Computers and air forces for protests. So doesn't upgrade? He does upgrade 1. Yeah, gets a lot of science selection. 63 strength now. Boy, he's looking dangerous. Red can also go for some more military, revolutionary idea, reserves, multimedia. Blue tries an aggression, fails against red. Can go for more dramas, Bill Gates, movies, and a lot of resource production now. Pretty nice for him. I mean, I can't go for the war this time. I think I'm gonna declare the Olympic Games. There could be an aggression from green that should make this not worthwhile for him. Yeah, I can't go for the war. There's military theory, definitely want that one. A bit of variety. It's not looking great. We are also one of the 2 weakest. I could still play the Input of Variety. We might be getting a drama at some point. I guess our military is very un-variety. Not a lot of variety in military. We might be getting the tanks or the cavalrymen for the tactics. And then it gets slightly better. I mean, it's 3 culture. Maybe I want to play that. We are basically at 13, so we have more than the other guys. Not more than Frotes. But it could be very hard to win against him if he has the necessary wars. He could go for war next turn. I think I want to play this. Prosperity. Oh, I would have liked to have that food a little bit earlier. Can spend that food once and get a free population. I mean, I'm gonna go for a lot of dramas. A lot of brand circuses here, all of them. As many as I can get. I'm still at 3 food. That's gonna be 3 turns, maybe 2 turns with losing the pact. So, I mean, it's still good to have that food. I have 1 extra free population now. I could just... I mean, I'm not really too afraid. With the Olympic Games going on, I don't think there will be an aggression from green. That should not be worth it for him. Maybe there's gonna be a war if he thinks he has to do that. I definitely want the military theory. And then maybe another patriotism. I mean, I have a war, I have the tactic. I could also say that I go for cavalryman this turn. Even play the tactic already. It loses us a little bit of strength. I probably don't want to reveal that. With the military theory next turn, I guess I can't go for military theory next turn. Maybe I can't go for the cavalryman because I need military theory. Alternatively, I mean, I could get the patriotism, then I can go for... if I want to do this, maybe... So if I want to go for a war, there's 2 ways to do this. Either with the military theory, or with cavalrymen. Spend my military actions this turn already. So like this. Then we can go for war next turn, have 2 patriotisms. That's gonna be 2 cavalrymen. We get another 20 strength from the army. So that is one way where we could reach like over 60. Is that gonna be enough? Probably not. We also give the tactic already to Red if we want to go with the war against him. I think the military theory has to be the better play. Probably means we can't go for cavalrymen as well. But I guess that's fine. And then the patriotism. I could also go for 1 drama. And 14 culture production. And then what do I take? Nothing really. I mean, I could take mechanized agriculture, but I need my science for military theory. I think the patriotism should be it. And then if... I mean, next time we can then go for war, get military theory, 2 patriotisms, put everything into cannons. I mean, we have 8 plus 6, so 14 resources plus another 4, or basically another 8. So we have 20 resources. Yeah, we have 20 resources, right? 8 plus 8 plus 6, or even more than 20. We should definitely have enough. Yeah, 22 probably. That can just be 4 cannons. 4 cannons is quite a lot of strength. Hopefully enough, maybe not. But depending on what the other guys do, it could definitely be enough. We definitely can defend against anything. I mean, Blue's also gonna have problems getting more population into his military. And there's still only 1 air force left, so it could be important who gets it. Green, he can go for war and 1 air force. But I don't think he can go for the war against us with this preparation. If he goes for the war, we can just skip the military theory because we don't need extra military action. Just go for tanks, build 3 tanks and switch to the tactic. We have the patriotisms for that. Yeah, this seems safe. We go up to 12 culture production thanks to Pierre. We get the Olympic Games, so we are ahead of the other guys. We are on top now after our production phase. I think that's good. We have good production. The impacts are not perfect. I mean, Impact of Wonders will be okay. Impact of Variety, not... Yeah, we said it, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be great, but hopefully okay. Especially if we go for military theory, maybe 1 drama, then it's definitely okay. And yeah, I think this is fine. Go with that, and end the turn. Can discard 1 of these tactics, don't need 2 of them. See what we draw, maybe nice impacts. Don't really need another war, I think. A bit of progress, that could be good. If we go for the military theory, we have democracy, military theory, some other blue technologies. Don't think we're gonna get satellites as well, but this is definitely fine. Independence declaration, and Red will lose his vast territory. That's gotta hurt him a bit. Green goes for Einstein. Can go with that. And wants to go for oil as well. 11 resource production now. No, yeah, 13 resource production. 15 resource production. Okay. It is pretty late for the oil, but maybe still worth it. Red has some big happy face problems because of losing that territory, but goes for team sports, air forces. There's another air force here. Let's see. Blue goes with the military alliance with the green of our people. Okay. Grabs the air force. Goes to that, goes with reserves. So let's see. I mean, theoretically I could go for war this turn. I could declare it, have 2 patriotisms, or maybe even go with the military theory. Problem is Red. I mean, 12 resources, he could build a cannon and an air force. Then if he has a new tactic, here's the mechanized army, the other one. That could be problematic. I mean, if we want to test that out, I think Red is the only one we could go for. Blue has 16 resources, he could just delete everything if he really needs to. I mean, that's gonna be quite hard for him as well. But he could delete 4 things. I mean, he gets 1 or 2 population out with his food. Gets, I mean, just 1 air force is a lot of strength. So I think it would have to be against Red. And if we want to test that out, I think, I mean, of course we could also go for tanks, but we don't have the military actions to go for tanks and play the tactic. So we could go with military theory, patriotisms, all the military actions we need. And then we can build 1, 2, 3, 4 cannons. Go up to 69 strength, and that's nice. I mean, the problem is red can build 1 air force, that gives him 10, so he's at 57. He can also build a cannon, and then if he has the tactic, I mean, it's relatively unlikely because we have 1 of those. So it's unlikely that he has the other one. But this could still be worth it. How many cannons do we have? 10 cannons, 5 times the fortifications. I mean, without a war, this could be tricky. I think the other guys have better impacts than us. Blue has a lot of resources, has Bill Gates still. We produce more culture, but if we don't spend our stuff on military, there's also the chance of someone else going for war against us. And then there still could be a war from green on us, but then at least we can respond with 2 more cannons. That would be quite good. I mean, I could also not do this war this turn, but instead go for the input of progress first. See what is under here. That could change the war outcome. So play the input of progress, and we still can go for the war next turn, probably. Don't think green... I mean, he could take a lot of cards and the age if he wants, but I don't think he does. I mean, a war from him could be very devastating. Can declare the war, has 1 military action left. That's another another air force. That is another 11 strength for him. So I think maybe just spending everything on building up military this turn could be the way to go. But maybe let's first see the impact. Or is it too late next turn? Next turn we can do basically the same with 2 extra cannons. And we get the input of progress out. We could take satellites away, then it will be very good for us. And we give red another chance to draw the right tactic, or someone revealing that. I think I have to take the risk. If he has the new tactic, that is also not that insane amount of strength. I mean, he builds 1 air force, 1 cannon, has the mechanized army 2 times. That's 40 strength. From his tactics. Right now he's at 20. That could be quite tricky. Yeah, I still think I go for that. I want that war now. Also get up my strength so there won't be an aggression from green on us. That could be the alternative for him. But yeah, I think it's wartime. Build all of those cannons. Doesn't feel pretty, but that's what we have to do. Have 10 resources next turn if we want to go for that 2 more cannons thing. Grab the satellites because we have input of progress. And then I guess we will need food, but we can't go for mechanized agriculture anyway. So maybe just go with endowment. It could be some culture. That could deny some culture from other guys. I mean, it's gonna be tricky if red has the tactic, but I think I have to risk that. I could say I don't have to risk it. 69 against 47. If he builds 1 air force, that's another 10 strength or so, 57. And then I just hope that there's no tactic for him. It's very unlikely, and without it, I should have a good war. Yeah, mainly I have to spend everything on military anyway. If green wants to go for war, I wanted to do everything so that he doesn't go for the war against us. So this should mean he doesn't. Maybe he also goes for the war against red. I just hope that this is nothing that will hurt us. That is from either red or green. So red could know what that is. Could go for that. I think I will take the chance. I think without the war, it could be tricky. I mean, I I probably will come ahead of red. But with this war, I could have a chance to overtake blue and keep my distance from green, so I still have a chance to win this game. I think I do this. Yeah, it's a little bit risky, but hopefully that will pay off. Draw one card, loss of sovereignty, it doesn't really do anything here. Economic progress, so now red gets 6 resources from that. Green will go crazy here, I think. Goes with they stayed for 36. Crazy production of resource, food, strength, 88 strength. Oh man. Oh man. Input of wonders, opened by red. +9, +5, +10 at least, and +9. But yeah, red with Churchill. I forgot about Churchill. Can go for 1, 2, 3 air forces, 72 strength, so he will be able to win this war thanks to the economic progress and Churchill. Blue will also go for an air force and the space flight. Really close strength here, 69, 72, 72. And H4 starts. I mean, I lose 9 or 8 culture now, but I still have the production ahead of me. But I don't get a wonder, but red also doesn't get the wonder, so I don't think I will lose against red. Input of progress is gonna be fine, I think. I mean, I can't go for satellites. Also, food is gonna be a big issue here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big issue. Probably can get reserve at least. But Emperor of Progress is gonna be good against blue. I can't win against green, I think. Green is just too far ahead. I could try to go against blue, so then Emperor of Progress will be nice. Because blue, I mean, yeah, he has engineering, so it's actually not that nice. He will go with the engineering, probably pro sports. Red, I mean, it's good against red at least. And we get 3 extra culture for playing it. If only I could also go for the satellites. Actually, the endowment of the arts, if I play something that won't work, so maybe I don't draw another card anyway, so I can't just wait, right? Can't just wait with that, play next turn. This turn I can get the endowment. Get those reserves. I can't increase population, because then I have 4 food consumption, so I can't do that. Hollywood doesn't work. I have only had gotten the... Yeah, maybe blue's gonna come ahead of me because of that war and everything. The space flight will be good for him. Will give him a lot of points. Not so much for us. Don't have any science. Can't really go for anything here. I can destroy some of these mines. Guess I can also still prepare for a war that green might be going for, but he probably won't, but not sure. Could try to go for 1 more cannon. 2. But they're losing 8 culture because of starvation. This is not good. Not happy with how I played this. 80 strength. I mean, do we even need the strength? Would probably like to get 1 drama. Maybe even 2 dramas. I don't need any more resources. So at least get a lot of that culture back that we lose from the starvation. Next turn we have the food, so we don't have starvation. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, as I said, I don't want to increase population. That would just cost us culture. Can do that next turn when we have enough food. I mean, still have 16 culture production, so we have a lot more than red. We produce the 16, so we have the most for now. I guess we lose 8 because of starvation. Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one, especially because progress doesn't really work against blue anymore with him going for engineering. I guess he can't go for engineering and pro sports, so he might have to decide, and might decide for the pro sports. Can still finish the spaceflight then, so he might do that, because other than that he doesn't really have good options. I mean, he can increase population, maybe he doesn't even go for the pro sports, maybe he does go for engineering. If only had enough science to go for satellites, this could be very good, the Emperor of Progress, but like this, probably not. I will have the famine. I will not use the ocean liner. Nothing I can really do here. Yeah, that war wasn't so good. Maybe I should have played this without a war. This might cost us a lot of points from this game. Also, sadly, don't draw any more impacts that I could use. So I just have to hope that green, if he has a war, he goes not against us. I mean, with the reserves, I could go for 4 more cannons, so I don't think he should go with a war against us. And green will go for war against red. Can I go for pro sports? Goes for 1 and another one. And an air force, 100 strength. That is quite a lot. Let's see how red will respond. Autonomous territory, okay. So maybe he knew that, maybe he wants to get something here. I mean, there's still the possibility of him having drawn the next or the other mechanized army, but not too likely. He can, yeah, build cannon and cavalrymen, but he just doesn't have any resources. And even if he gets these 5 resources from this, it's not gonna be enough. The problem for me is if I bid for this, I go down to 61 strength, and then I can't defend an aggression against blue. So yeah, the autonomous territory could be very nice. I could maybe take the science, go for satellites and image of progress, but it's not going to be worth it if blue plays in aggression because of that. And I mean, I could just bid 3 and keep the defend card, but then I go down to 61 strength and would need 11 to defend, but I don't have that many cards. I could have, I mean, I would have the military actions, but not the cards to defend then. So that is a problem. So I think I just have to pass on this. It doesn't feel great, but I think that's what I have to do. I can't get an aggression in blue. I mean, it's going to be close between me and blue, I think. Yeah, he gets the space flight for 18 plus 3 probably with the engineering. And then a lot will come down to the impacts. Most of them are from green, and he has a lot of good stuff. So yeah, one big problem will be food balance. So I don't have the highest hope to win this against blue, but I should still try it. Hollywood could be interesting, could be the most that I can get next turn. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But as far as the colony goes, I don't think I can bid anything. I just have to pass this, sadly. And blue wins the territory for 6 plus. Just 1 swordsman, pretty cheap for him. Red will go for some foods, or maybe... okay. I guess, oh, he did that so he doesn't have starvation. Blue will offer pact, the international tourism. That's pretty bad for us, right? I mean... yeah, that will result in 3 culture for him, and 2 for us, because he finishes his space flight. So if I accept that he gets 3 extra culture, I get 2 extra culture. I mean, could be good. The question is, who do I get this culture against, basically? I mean, Frote has 100 strength. If he has an aggression, he can play that on anyone and probably win. He's gonna win in general, I think, with a lot of impacts. A lot of good impacts that he can have. So I guess my only goal could be to have more culture than blue, so then it doesn't help really. Promise he gets spaceflight for 18, probably with engineering even 21. So then the question becomes, yeah, can I even try to overtake him? I don't see how. My impacts are very bad. I get 16 culture protection, he gets 7, he gets something from Bill Gates, and then the spaceflight. Probably don't have a chance against blue either, so the opponent would be red, who is pretty far behind me after my culture production, and I should have better impacts than him. But I just don't think there's a chance that I will come ahead of blue or green. Both seems very unlikely. So yeah, this game hasn't gone as I hoped. I think it was looking pretty good, but yeah, didn't turn out as good as it should have. All of my cannons didn't carry me to the win. Frote is being crazy, having so much stuff. 100 strength and still such a great production. That's really, really impressive by him. So yeah, the question still is, do I accept this pact? This will mean that there's no military alliance anymore between blue and green. Could help with green having less strength, maybe doesn't go for the aggression against us. I guess it's, yeah, it's probably safe to accept this for 2 extra culture, one for green, one more for blue. On the other hand, am I really afraid of coming behind red? He has 105, I have 105 as well, plus 16, so I have 16 more than him. Especially if I play the Imp of Progress. I'm not afraid of red at all. So I think it doesn't really make sense to accept this. And on the other hand, it's some extra culture. I think I'm just gonna... reject it, to be honest. Doesn't really make sense. Okay, Slick goes with another... That goes with Space Flight as well. 21 for him. Does produce a 9 now. Grabs away the Wonder. I mean, I guess we could have gone for that, so good grab by him. Well, and then it's our turn. One H2 card left. We are the weakest, so that could even hurt us. Imp of Progress. I mean, I think I have to play that. Probably. I mean, it's still going to be better against blue because we get 3 culture for playing it. Sadly, I can't get the satellites out. I don't think there's any way I can get extra science from this. Probably not. Wouldn't win the Cold War anyway. I mean, that could be interesting stuff. I could get... I don't know. We're gonna test it out. No one is gonna accept loss of sovereignty. I can't go for an aggression, so let's just go for the Imp of Progress. 3 points. Yeah. If only at 3 more strength, then I would get the Cold War. Then I could go for satellites, have a really good impact of the Imp of Progress and variety. Sadly, I don't get that extra science, and green will be very happy about that. I mean, I guess he doesn't. He only has 1 technology he can research, so he doesn't even need the science. So I can increase population and take the food. I have to take the food anyway, so that doesn't really change anything. It's good for population, which might be in. And I think I definitely want 1 more drama. And then I have a lot of resources left. And if we're honest, I can't defend against green anyway if he wants to go for an aggression. I'm the weakest. I mean, I could destroy some stuff, go for more cannons, but I don't really see that working. I think I want to prepare for the Imp of Variety, so destroying some cannons. This religion, for example, is definitely going to be 2 culture from the Imp of Variety, and then 1 culture that it produces itself. Destroy another cannon. So they, even if there's Imp of Progress in, then this play wouldn't be ideal. But each cannon is 2 points, and each variety is also 2 points. Science could be nice. If I go for 1 more science production, I get better in the Imp of Science. So going for 1 lab, also good for the Imp of Variety. 7 resources left. You know what, just destroy another cannon. What other impacts could there be? There could be impact of agriculture. That's going to be very bad. Balance. Harmony. I could prepare a little bit for harmony. Going for some more production. I mean, let's see. Who played most of the impacts? Green and blue. Mostly green. He has not the best balance, but he's not the best harmony. Blue, also not the greatest. Red has also played once, so red could have done that, but he probably also not. Still could be worth it to prepare for that. Also for the impact of balance, maybe. Just same for agriculture. It's gonna be hard to get enough for the agriculture. Variety, I don't think I can get any more variety. Destroy yet another cannon. We have 6 in military units, so harmony is one I can prepare for quite a bit. And balance, and yeah, harmony, balance, that prepares us for that. And I mean, if we're honest, we also should go for 1 swordsman of 1 warrior. As I said, we don't need the strength. This just prepares us for Imp of Variety even more. So we have pretty good variety now. So I think this should be it. Don't know anything else that would be a lot. I mean, we could go for 1 more drama instead of one of the other things. That's also going to be guaranteed. And maybe instead of the other farms. We don't know if there's Imp of Agriculture, balance. So just going for 1 more drama. It's just 2 more culture. Good for Imp of Architecture. Culture, maybe? Imp of Culture could be good if someone played that. so that doesn't hurt. 21 culture production, and there are 2 resources left, and you can still go for that 1 warrior. Not quite as good for Harmony, but yeah, Harmony, I don't know who would have played that. Maybe Green would have. I just hope there's not going to be an aggression that hurts us. Maybe just takes resources or whatever. We have to hope for something here. Still with 21 production, Red has 105. So we have more than 20 culture extra than Red, and he doesn't have the best impacts either. Don't see how we come in behind Red. So that's good at least. But yeah, against Blue it's gonna be quite close. Yeah, we lose 21, so we are at 129 against 127. He gets something from Bill Gates. He has some good impacts. I mean, a bit of variety, doesn't look too shabby. Progress is also looking better for him than us, actually. And yeah, the rest of the impacts don't seem that exciting for us. Don't see anything else I should be going for here. I could even theoretically think about not increasing population with the ocean liner, and then try to get more food for production than food consumption for the input of agriculture. But that's still going to be very hard, especially with 1 less population. I think this should be preparing us the most for a lot of impacts, at least the ones I can prepare for. And then maybe hope. I mean, Green played most of them. He maybe has another one. So yeah, competition is a big one where all of our preparing could backfire, but not really. Not really backfires. So just hope there's no competition, because that would be pretty good for Blue, but also not the best. He has a lot of level 1 units. Yeah, Science would also not help us against Blue, so yeah, I don't have the highest hopes, but it's gonna be interesting. It can be close with the right impacts. Variety should help us a little bit. We have pretty good variety. Blue is not, as I said, not looking too bad, but should have like 2 or 4 more points than him in variety. Can't do anything else with the last 2 civil actions. So end the turn here. Yeah, maybe I messed this up with the war. Maybe I deserve this. Always going for wars. You guys always tell me I'm too aggressive. Alright, Red also has the war. So Red is no question about Red. He's definitely gonna come in last. Green is gonna come in first. So the only thing that can be close is me against Blue. So I think it makes a lot of sense that I didn't accept the pact, and that I try to prepare as best as I can for the impacts. Input of agriculture. 5, 10, 3. The 3. And 14 for Frotas. He will build 1 religion. Looks like competition, maybe another religion. No, just, yeah, maybe competition. 88 strength. Let's find out what we have. Input of balance, 16, 10, and 6. Yeah, these impacts are not going to be good for us. Population, 24. Frotas is so strong. 18 and 20, so slightly more. It's relatively close. I don't think it will be enough, but we're going to see. We're going to see. Input of culture. That is good. That helps. 173 against 175. Maybe we can get excited here. Harmony, 20 to 12 and 16. Okay, we're getting closer. Maybe too close. Input of progress. Yeah, there. Blue has more, 18 to 20. So the last impact is going to be exciting. Don't forget that he also has Bill Gates. So we need to have 4 culture more than him. Variety, 18. We have good variety. 18. 16, and then he gets 4 from Bill Gates, so 227 to 225. There was harmony. Interesting that there was harmony. I guess I could have gone, I mean, with a variety. I don't think there was a way I would go for another agriculture. If I had gone for another agriculture instead of something, it could have been worth it. Yeah, they both culture made it very close. Very close game between me and Blue. Very exciting finish. Sadly not enough. 2 culture missing because of that Bill Gates. So yeah, great play by Frotes. Really strong showing. Yeah, he had this game under control for a long time. For the last couple of turns he had just everything. I mean, if you look at this just looks so good. with oil, mechanized agriculture and computers, all of the strength, everything. Invalid name, one more time, gets stormed by military. That probably was my mistake, that I went for the war against Red and lost it. Shouldn't have done that in retrospect. But yeah, sometimes you get unlucky if you try risky wars. Without that I probably would have come second, so yeah, that is not great. And we're gonna take a look what this means for the current standings. And after this match, it looks like the following. I'm on rank position 5 now with 6 games completed. So it's getting close. They're the last game. The next game is gonna be the last. That's gonna be very exciting. I can't go up to first place anymore, so I'm just trying to stay in the league, defend my position right now. Yeah, 6 games completed, 1 more to go, 13 points, 14, 15, but Frotes and Dr. Renate only have 5 games completed, so I guess it's gonna be hard against these two especially. Maybe I should try to get more points than Slick, who also has 1 game left. Yeah, that's gonna be very exciting. That's gonna be the next and last game of the International Championship for this season. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Maybe you can learn something from that. Would definitely be better if I had got more points from this game. If I got not the 1 point, but the second position. That would have helped in the current standings because everything is so close. That would have been pretty good. But sadly, it wasn't to be. Also great showing by Frotes. He was very low before this, but winning another 4-player game. And he has 2 more 4-player games to come. So potentially a lot of points for him. He could even still win this with the last 2 matches. So that's going to be very exciting. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are excited for the next and last game. And I hope you guys stay safe. And I'll see you next time.